All right, Jeff Zimmerman here. I'm at the Top Ring Gym
I just saw your post.
with the legend here, Stitch Duran. How you doing, Stitch?
I'm loving it, man. I came over here just to see the guys train. No barbershop talk, but I find out Shakur's having a press conference. So, yeah.
Man, you're a legendary cut man. You've done it all, training and everything. What do you know about Shakur? What do you like about him?
I've worked, I think, all of his fights, and I like the kid. And I always tell people, if I was going to run into Shakur in the bar, I'd pick a fight with him. Not a good thing to do, man. He just don't look like that typical fighter. But like Andre Ward, I worked with Andre Ward many years. Shakur is a little Andre Ward, just good at what he does and everything he does.
Is he the best around that weight class?
I think so. Yeah, I like Devin Haney. He's real good. But I think Shakur, when it comes to a little bit of skill level, just a little bit better. What
about Tank Davis?
Tank, I like Tank's style of fighting, but can you get a flat-footed fighter with power that fights a guy that is real smooth on his feet? And I remember he got hit by, I think, Oscar Valdez, Shakur, and he says, now they know I can take a shot. To me, that takes the whole load off of you. Andre Ward said that with Kovalov. So when you get those type of moments, it changes your whole perspective of fighting. So, yeah, I go with Shakur all the way.
You've been around this fight game forever. You were obviously with the UFC. The Spence Crawford fight, one of the biggest fights in boxing in several years, and Crawford just dominated Spence. What were your thoughts on that, and did you have any inclination that might happen?
I don't think anybody did, but Jeff, when I saw the first knockdown, body language and eyes tell me everything, and that's how I look at things. At that point, he was done, should they had prolonged it and give him, you give him that opportunity, but you have to understand where a guy is mentally, and at that point, I think the mental game kind of hurt him.
Now, I saw you in Dallas recently with Nate Diaz and Jake Paul. You were with Nate Diaz. Yeah. What was that experience like, and being a part of that?
The best, bro. Well, Nate and Nick, I've worked with them. We're both all from the 209. But I worked with them through the UFC. Every fight they had, I wrapped them. I worked the corners, and to work this one was great, man. And just good people, and nice to go and work together with guys I worked with before. And after just yesterday, I just got a box, a bunch of T-shirts, like 12 T-shirts of Represent, which is their logo. But the thing I got to give Nate credit for is when I was wrapping his hands the first time, I haven't seen him in years. I'm asking him about how he's spending his money, and he's investing it. So Nate is the new generation of guys that are making a lot of money and putting it in the right places. But what a blast. And Jake Paul, you can't go wrong with both of them.
Right. It was a hell of an event, if nothing else.
Yeah. And it's an event. That's all it is. It's an event. They don't care who wins or who loses. I'm sure there's a little bit of that, but it's an event.
I've heard you. I've known you over the years. You love what you do, being a cut man. Just talk about just your life and just being in there with all these fighters and the experiences.
It's nothing like it. I was just talking to some of the guys, Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko, worked with them for many years, and Vladimir sent me a nice message, and I talked to Vitaly a couple weeks ago, and Steve, I miss you. I think about you all the time. I love you, and those are great moments, man, that I have. Nobody has stories like me with so many fighters. But that's the thing. It's not even a job, Jeff. I tell people if traveling, airports, hotels, and restaurant food is the worst that could happen to me, I think I'm doing okay.
Now I gotta bring it up because I bring it up every time I see you. Edward James Olmos, the comparison. My dad lives next door to his brother.
Yeah.
But you get that all the time.
All the time, and there's on the social media, my son-in-law and daughter put up a clip where we're at MMA Junkie Radio. I used to co-host that, and they got him as a guest. And that's when we did the independent movie with Anderson Silva. And he looks at it and he said, hey, man, people call me Stitch all the time. Because I sent him a message. I said, it's nice when people stop me, they want my picture and autograph, then they think I'm you.
Wow, so he gets it as well.
He gets it as well. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So big fight tomorrow night, Canelo Charlo.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm just glad to be here. I don't like picking them because I don't know. You don't know. But I'm working with Ugas and just, number one, to be home. I think I've had like an 8-week run on the road on weekends. And it's nice to be here this week and work that fight. And then I'm working with Joe Smith against Zurdo next week and back on the road again. And so,
Stitch, you're a legend, man. Good to know you.
thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate you.